Hello folks, welcome back to the Blazing Lasers playthrough, part 5. And here we are on the last stage. And we're already starting off with a bang with lots of enemies and power-ups. And we're going to be going through a boss rush. Pretty much everything I described in previous parts of the playthrough, just follow through here. Stay to the side, shoot your missiles and bullets into the core of that boss, and boom, he's dead. Now we're moving on to the next part of the stage. More enemies and lots of bullets. Lots of bullets. Just be sure to pick up whatever power-ups you need while you can. And here comes our next boss. A very, what I consider, weak and not so challenging boss, but for those who don't know, just stay behind it. Use spread weapons to get around it. Or just do what I'm doing here, as before. And that's it. Moving right along. They're throwing every enemy they could possibly throw at you. Oh, the alien intestines. Much like before, shoot the bottom, shoot the top and the middle. Just be careful where you maneuver around it. When it moves down, you move up, away from it. Watch out for those little spiky things. And there you go. It's almost over. Well, not quite over yet. And here we're coming to one of the most annoying bosses in this game that I described before a couple of stages back. A tank. As I said, spread weapons and missiles. Watch out for those lasers. Just be careful here and almost there. That's why I like this. That's why I really hate this boss. I really hate this boss. Just let the missiles do its work. Especially when you don't have any shields left. Okay. Yes, even little enemies can have pulse lasers. Now, let me ask you this. How well would you fare without any spread weapons when you have enemies literally coming down in streams from every direction? Not well. Back in the day, I used to get trapped at this very spot without any weapons, and it was always a mess. I'm sure many other people have also suffered the same problem. That's why I always come prepared. Excuse me. As I always say, missile's your friend. And the first boss. Again, not very challenging, but you want to be careful anyway. Almost there. Ah, yes. The harder exploding enemies. And some last tidbits that they'll throw at us before the final boss. Backing up those points for the high score. And we're here at the final stretch. And folks, here's the final boss. Doesn't look like much at first, but you want to dodge all those bullets. Don't let them touch you. The last thing you need is to lose any power at this boss. Trust me on this one. Just shoot the panels that comes down at you. And the first part of the boss will appear, which at first, when I saw it years ago, I couldn't believe it. A lady. A very pretty and yet dangerous lady, shooting missiles and pulse lasers that will follow you anywhere. Well, not completely, but if you delay your movement and you move slowly, the lasers will slightly follow you in your particular position. So you gotta be careful about that. Then it changes into this thing, which I believe is Chiron 5, the rogue computer. I was expecting something a little more interesting. I mean, this used to be hard back in the day, but energy rings? Energy rings, really? Okay. Oh well, but this is the final boss, folks. And that's it. And that's the game. So, Blazing Lasers, aka Gunhead. It's still a good game to play after all this time. To be honest, I don't really pick up the game as often as I used to, as I did in the 90s. But it's a nice little shooter to pass the time or kill time on breaks. But, as far as the game goes, it's nothing compared to its sequels, which I'll be covering in their own playthroughs. But I gotta hand it to the people who translated this game, brought it to the U.S. Unlike many shooters that didn't show up in the U.S. much later, this was the staple game that would be the example that other games would follow. For example, every other Star Soldier has the arrow speeds, which I didn't mention earlier on in the game. When you hit select, you could actually change your speed with the arrows. Not something I used in the playthrough much, but it's a very useful feature. It'll appear in other games down the line. And of course the graphics will improve with other sequels as they come. But what I really enjoy about this game is that you can always up the difficulty and get a better challenge, but that's if you can tolerate the challenge. If you have the patience for streams of bullets and lots of missiles, and well, you get the idea. But yeah, that's Blazing Lasers from Hudson Soft, 1989. I'll see you in the next playthrough. We'll be covering Super Star Soldier next. Until then, I'll see you guys later.